Shortly, action from the game at Moorabbin this afternoon, but first of all we take you up to the Sunday Press and say a very good evening to their sporting editor, Scot Palmer.
Good evening, Peter, and welcome back into the Sunday Press. They are still talking at the MCG about Gary Ablett's 70-metre goal and Tom Hafey about Geelong's greatest win for the season. He said Richmond traditionally wins close ones like today, but this time it was Geelong who showed the spirit in the dying moments. We're back on the right track, said Hafey. Richmond has worries, and the form of captain Barry Rawlings is one of them. Mike Patterson said, "You can't win a game in half a match. Our attitude at Richmond is just not right." He had a team meeting, and the words were pretty hotly spoken behind closed doors. Jim Jess is another worry for the Tigers. He badly injured an ankle and could be doubtful for next week. Is it the end for the big swan Barry Round? The big bloke wasn't in the game at Essendon today, and questions will surely be asked this week. Coach Ricky Quaid said, "If we drop him, who do we replace him with?" Quaid said the Swans played better than last week. We had injuries and we met a really good side in Essendon. Kevin Sheedy was delighted with the first and second quarters today, the form of Walsh, and more particularly a clean bill from the injury list. He said he was now looking forward to the return of Foles, Clark, Hurd and Weston. Melbourne's Gerard Healy was reported for striking Phil Cronin of the Saints today, and Ron Barassi's mood darkened at Moorabbin. He said the Demons were 33% down on the previous week, and they'd have to keep their minds on the job if they were going to stay in the race for the 5. Also, Peter Moore has a burst blood vessel in his leg and could be doubtful for next week's match. And guess what? Robbie Flower played with greatly impaired vision today, and Barras said, "I wish I'd have known about it. Things might have been different." Tony Jewell, on that money question at Moorabbin, said, "I've been paid and I'm happy, and a lot of players are too. We play for the jumper down here." They didn't do too well today, though, the Saints. All of our league talent scouts were either in Sydney today, where Victoria beat South Australia by 95 points in the Teal Cup, and we're in Adelaide, where West Australia got home by a point from South Australia. We need a few more of those players over here, Pete. Back to you.
Thank you, Scotty. Let's check the leading goal kickers now. Paul Salmon got a further 7 today, and he heads the table by 10 goals. Brian Taylor also 7, Tony Lockett 3, and Mark Jackson 2 goals. Action amongst the leaders on today's leading goal kickers.